Led by the brotherly, albeit not always harmonious, team of Ray and Dave Davies, the Kinks were formed in London in 1964. Their first hits introduced a rough R&B flavored style that boasted primal power riffs. These songs exerted a heavy influence on an entire generation of hard rockers to come. In those early days, the Kinks were produced by Shel Talmy, who also produced the first hits by fellow 1990 Hall of Fame inductees The Who. For a quarter of a century, the Kinks have remained a unique proposition in rock and roll, deliberately operating independent of fashion and trend to create a completely original musical brand, the Kinks. Among the plethora of groups which made up the British invasion of the mid-1960s, a handful had a truly lasting impact. The Kinks were certainly among them, as was another group known as the Hollies. Out of the Hollies came a man who was destined to join me in a series of adventures that became rock and roll history. To induct the Kinks, my great friend Graham Nash.
How you doing, everybody? It's good to be here, it really is. I was 82 years old when I first heard the Kinks. And oh, excuse me, that's an old page from one of Dick Clark's scripts. No, we first met in 1964 when the Hollies and the Kinks toured England on one of those rock and roll packages very similar to Dick Clark's packages here in the United States. They were the new hot band from England, even though they were from London in the south and not Manchester or Liverpool in the north, where most of the action was coming from. It's great that I can speak in the present tense about the Kinks, because even today they're making really fine music. And these guys are everything a good rock and roll band should be. They're English. Come on, come on. I've dealt with Crosby for 20 years. I can deal with all of you. They're really tough and musical, rebellious against the ruling class and against parental constraints. But most of all, they were from the street, and that's where their fans live and breathe. This is a band that has something to say. They say it loud and clear, and they've got the secret of getting their songs across. You see, it was very hard in the 60s to get accepted. You know, it was hard to get on the charts, and it was hard to get in people's hearts. And it was, I'm sure, a lot of you are old enough to remember, and it looks like the majority of you here. You know that there were unbelievable amount of really great bands around. The Kinks found the secret. They play raucous, very simple, singable melodies that stick in your mind, and rhythms that shake your body. You can dance to the Kinks. You can actually think about what they're saying, and they've said some pretty outrageous things in their time. From You Really Got Me to Tired of Waiting, from Dedicated Follower of Fashion to Waterloo, Sunset and Lola, and their latest records, they've definitely proved themselves to have and be a lasting force in the musical business that we're in. So I'm very pleased to be the person that's been chosen to induct them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. These guys, very underrated players and songwriting. The songwriting of Ray Davies has been an inspiration to me. I think he's a really, truly wonderful songwriter. And it's my pleasure to introduce you all to my very dear friends, the Kinks.
Have you Ray's written something for me to say?
They're fighting again!
Don't fuck up.
What? Right, okay. This is in Ray's handwriting, so you have to bear with me. You read it.
Speak, dummy, speak.
No, it's really, it really is fabulous to be here, and I feel really strange actually being English, being here with all the great bands that have been on before us tonight, like Four Tops and everybody else, and it's wonderful. And we drew a lot of our inspiration was drawn from blues music in the first place, so it's quite nice that we're all here tonight, really, together in the same building. I remember that. But it really is nice to be here, and thank you very much for the award, and we really do deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. My name's Peter. I'm the bass player, ex-bass player. I'd like to say to everybody out there that it is really a thrill, an honour, and a privilege to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But I've just got one question: what kept you?
Okay, that was Pete Quaife. Not many people would recognise him because they always used to stick the price tag over his face on the album covers. And we haven't seen him for a long time. It's nice to see him here tonight. And I didn't think he'd come. Myself, I turned down an important engagement, a function at a golf club to be here tonight. And now that I'm here, I'm very pleased I made the choice to come here. And I'm very honoured and flattered to take this award. Thank you all very much.